This
Any
conference
questions?
will now be recorded.
No questions?
They're actually revising everything, so maybe after Python or in between we can have one class for that.
Okay. Okay, so let me share my screen. Once few things I just want to cover up, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just few things which could be helpful to you. So here, the basic thing is, let me go to a new page. Okay. So here, suppose the requirement is, suppose you created a chat, any chat. Okay. So let's keep it simple. So let me take my region, right, and my net cells. Simple. Automatically some bar charts are coming. Let me put the data labels on also, so that you are getting this. Right now, this chart, whichever you are seeing right now, is based on what? My region and the net cells. Right. If somebody asks you this question is that the same graph, I want to change it to gross cells. Then what you will do? So we can one point is we can just remove the net cells and put the gross cells. That is the way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the only way right now. But user will or the interviewer ask you this question is that can I have a control here, something kind of a slicer kind of thing, where I have, if I select net cells, the same graph will change to region wise net cells. If I select gross cells, the same graph will change to region by gross cells and another any kind of measures. But the selection should be there for me. Based on the selection, my graph will be changed or my chart will be changed. It's the same graph. Right? Make sense? This is
Hmm.
then how we will do it. So one way to do it is I showed you the bookmarks, right? You can create three reports and you can create three buttons here. So one net sales, one gross sales, and one cost of sales. That I'm not discussing because I already discussed the bookmarks and all. Right. Another simpler way to do this is we have an option here. Okay. Let's go to the modeling tab and in the parameter, in the new parameter, there is a field parameter is available. Okay. So let's create a field parameter here and give a name to this. Okay. So let's take select the measure, something like that. And whichever measure you want, just put it one by one. That's it. Gross sales. So let's say target sale. These are the three options I want. And this option will be clicked, add slicer to this page. So it will create a slicer automatically onto your page. Let's create it. Automatically one slicer got created. Right? And this one I need a single selection. I don't want to multiple because that is not required for me. So let me single select this one. Alright. Now if you see when you create that, there is a table got created with the same name which the parameter you given. Inside that only one value is available which is giving me here. Okay. This part. This is a creating size. Now on the chart, instead of putting the net sales, okay, we need to put this one because that based on that the graphs will be changed. So this one. Now what will happen? Now if this graph is right now based on the net sales, click on the gross sales, this will be changed. See the values are changing, right? 1.13 million, gross sales is 1.23 million. So target sales. So now this graph will change dynamically based on your selection. Okay, got the point? Hello.
Yeah.
And suppose you are selecting something, you want the title also the same way. I want the region-wise net sales. If I select gross sales, it should be region-wise gross sales. That you can do it, right? The title of the graph, the chat. No? Yes.
I mean, like a tooltip information, you're saying?
No, the title. The title of this one I'm saying. The chat. It's possible, right? No, it's not possible. This one I'm talking about. Right now,
Hmm.
let's put it as a black color. See, it's automatically coming up, right? No need to do anything. Like we have done in the last time, if you remember that we're taking the value of this one selected value and we are putting it, right? Right now we could change it. Making sense? This is okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. What else? A few things I want to just discuss. Let me open this product analysis which you did it. Okay. So this calculation which you are doing it, I don't know whether you remember or not remember, but this is something like the top three product sales. This is top three selling product name, right? So somebody, if you want, these are the two measures which you written here. Here we are saying the top three, right? And here also we are saying the top three out of this. So somebody wants that top four or top five, then what will happen? I need to come here and I need to change it manually. This one, like four. In this case also it will be four. Okay. So this one I want to make it as a more dynamic. So I should have a control where from there I can select that value. So for that also, if you go to the modeling tab, I showed you the field parameter. Now I can show you one numeric or range parameter. So click on the numeric range. Okay. I say here top and value, something like that. Not top value, something like that. Okay. Whole number minimum will be 1, increment by 1, and let's go till 10. Now create it. It will automatically create a slicer with a slider kind of things. And if you change this slicer, you can move it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. But now this one I have to incorporate it into the value. Instead of 3, I whatever I'm selecting from the slicer, I want to put it here so that it will make dynamic measures. So whenever you created this parameter, there is automatically one table will be got created, the top value. Okay. In the top value, there will be two parameters. One is the top value, one is the top value value. Okay. So this one is this one top value, but I need to go to this one. Okay. So now what I need to do in this case is say top value this one. I need to use it. Let's see. Now it is top three. The name I can change it out. But this is top two. If you see, just remove it. And you could just see the data is changing here. Okay, now it is top one actually. Top two, okay, top three, top four. right? Top 5, top 7, top 8, top 9, top 10. Okay. So based on that, you can make it the dynamic. Okay. Any questions? Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything on the like the I can't see anything. Is there?
No, I'm just stopped it. I'm
Okay,
just
yes.
saying it.
Sir. Okay.
Okay. I done with the Power BI stuffs. And if you want anything on extra, just put in your efforts. Come back to me. Okay. Again,
Uh,
I'm seeing very less effort from you guys. I'm not sure where is the point, but the effort is very minimal. Very minimal. I don't know. Okay. What is the point here? Because I stopped the scene share for almost 2 minutes, also 1.5 minutes. Everybody was on mute. Nobody is responding because you are not attentive to the class, hopefully. Right?
we're getting internet problem, so joined with phone, so can't see anything.
Right, that's fine. And others also, everybody joined from the mobile,
No,
right?
actually, Samir, we are attentive, but I mean, like, only the thing is the lack of practice. I'm agreeing for that. Might be if I practice well, I could have get more questions to ask now. So that's the reason I'm not utilizing it properly. Um, Maybe I will still, I mean, like, still I'm lack in the practicing. I will complete and I will get back you, Samir, maybe in the WhatsApp also, like whenever I get the question.
Yeah, okay.
That is from my side. Because of that only I'm not as expected from your side.
Okay.
I have one question, like a general thing, I mean, like one requirement, I had one like one opening. One of my friend is looking into that. I mean, like they have the reports in SSRS, so they need to
Mm-hmm.
move it into generate automate it into Power BI. So in that case, mm
Mm-hmm.
they're asking about like moving queries in data warehouse and then need to automate that. So what exactly that requirement they're asking, Sunny here? I'm not
So the
getting.
report is on SSRS right now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What exactly they want to do it now? On top of that?
Yeah, the requirement, what they are saying, like moving queries in data warehouse and
Hmm.
then uh, automate that into Power BI.
Okay. So first of all, I don't know that requirement. If that requirement is there, the SSRS report, are they using the SSRS commonly, or
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are not planning to decommission that?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
No, they are planning to decommission that one, or it's still it will be running
Yeah, I think
after.
they have the reports in SSRS. They need to automate them into Power BI, I think.
Hmm. Okay. So what exactly it is asking is that what about the
Like
report
moving
query it is?
moving queries in data warehouse means that I don't understand what it means. Like
The what is the query it is generating on the SSRS that you need to put it into the maybe in a view in a data warehouse, and from there we need to automate it.
Mhm. The requirement
So,
exactly what they're saying is data
mm,
analyst strong in
mm,
SQL and Excel can
mm,
run queries and reports, moving queries in data warehouse, and then
correct,
automate. Yeah, automate.
correct, correct. So any report in
Mhm,
SSRS, right? There will be underlying SQL will be there for that. Okay.
mhm,
So that SQL can be contained from multiple table joins. All the
mhm,
functionality will be there, right? So
mhm,
when you are planning to move it to as automation in Power BI, first of
mhm,
all, we need to create a table or a view out of that query. So that is you can store inside your database or data warehouse. Okay.
mhm.
Then on top of that, we can use the Power Automate to automate it. Simple.
Okay, okay.
Or if they don't want, then one more way also there. Same SSR report also can be migrated to Power BI paginated reports. So it is more of a
Direct
same.
straight away,
Okay.
like without
States.
moving into data warehouse.
So you can create a Power BI paginated report, and Power BI paginated report can be exported into any such a file using the Power Automate. That is also possible. Okay. So it depends like what exactly the
Power
company is looking
Automate
at.
means like that is different, right? Like
That's a different. Correct. That's a different story. So that is the automation.
mhm, okay.
And moving into data warehouse means the query whichever is there on the report and what are the columns you are generating. Suppose in a report you have, let's take 15 columns,
Mhm,
and there are some filters are available. So this is a basic report on the SSRS, right? So
mhm,
underlying query. So you can just create that the same query in your database as well, right? To get the output,
mhm. Yeah.
whichever way. So instead of that, just move that query to your uh, table or a view. Out of that, just create a view on top of that, the query. Then you can automate that one, right?
Mhm.
Possible.
Okay. While automating, don't we require this Power Query Editor and all? That could require, right?
Depends.
Okay.
I don't think so. It is required because how you are automating again is come into picture. Whether you want to involve the Power BI or directly you are using the Power Automate. If you are directly using Power Automate, the view can be directly accessed to the Power Automate itself. It's not required
Mm,
any Power BI to do that. Or suppose after creation of the view, if you want to create a report on top of Power BI, then you want to automate, then you need to create a
mm,
Power BI report file, then you need to automate. So multiple choices you have. So
mm.
whichever option is best suit for the organization, they can go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Sami. Yeah.
No problem. Okay. So let me start with an introduction to everything. Okay. So let's start with my Python. So Python is what? Why you require a Python, right? What you understand? What do you mean by Python on a basic term technology or any kind of things you know about the Python? Just let me know, please.
It's the same kind of SQL database in
No,
different.
it's not a database. It's not a database. It's not store anything. Okay, it's just not an Excel, not a database, nothing.
I just know it's a programming language, but I don't know where it
Correct,
exactly is useful.
correct. It's a programming language. It's a basic programming language to interact with the data or whatever way it is. So Python is a very like a normal programming language. So what is the language? It's a medium of communications, right? So suppose you have some data, you want to do the transformations on top of that, or suppose you have a web-based data, you want to do web scraping, all these things, right? So Python can be more helpful. Okay. So Python have a very wide range. Okay. So first of all thing is first part to the Python is the very basics of Pythons. Okay. That we will cover it. Basics of Python in the sense how to write a program. Okay. Or how to interact with the basics of Python. All the syntax, what are the functionality you have in the Python, all these things. Now, after learning the basics of the Python, there are different areas are available. Okay. So one part is called, I can say, let me try to figure it out. So one part after that, the basics of Python understand. One part is called the data analytics. Okay. Data analytics is something like each Python have some special libraries are available. Library in the sense I can say the list of functions, list of capabilities, all these things available on that. So that is one area for the Python is called the data analytics. In this one, there are some libraries are available that will help you, like the pandas and your numpys. Okay, don't go there much right now, but these are the some libraries which will help you in the data analytics. What I would suggest is that in this case, if you know very basic thing, basic of the Python, you can learn this very easily. Okay, but whether that requirement comes up, that time learn it. Now, first of all, your point is to agenda is to learn the very basic Python, how to write a code or simple things only, right? Let's discuss that. Okay. So I'm just discussing the different areas of the implementation. Okay. Now, the second part will be like another uh, area will be there that is called the data visualization also. This area very less explored actually. Okay, data visualization area also is there for the Python. So here there are a couple of libraries which will be used like matplotlib. I don't know whether you heard about this plotly. Okay, so these are the two libraries you will be used for the data visualization. Okay, and overall, if you compare everything, it will be called the data science as well. So all the things can be used in the data science area as well. Okay, and third part is one automation also there. Automation in the sense, automation in the sense daily automation. Okay, daily automation things like suppose you want to somehow trigger an email daily at 7 a.m. Okay, that you can use the Python also if you want. Okay, so whatever the daily to activity, or suppose let me compare it's like suppose you have a data that needs to be refreshed at 7 a.m. PST daily. So that also you can do through the Pythons. So that is one part is called automation. So if you are once you get into your project and if any requirement comes up, so like I want to do some automation on during the Python, or I want to do some data analytics to the pandas and NumPy. then that is a different story itself. So we need to get into that. Okay. Now, fourth part to this is there are multiple parts actually. Okay. But I'm discussing the main important things. Another is the web development. Even Python can be used for the web development, like designing of the websites and everything. In this case, another library is there that is called the Django. Okay. The Django will be used for the web development. Okay. So basic thing is if you know the basic syntax of the Python, and top of that, whichever is required, we need to use it. It is not like everything we need to learn. Nobody knows everything here. Okay. So whichever areas you have, your requirement comes up, you need to learn that. Suppose you want to work with the data analytics, then you need to say the pandas and the numpy you want to learn. Okay. If you want to work on the automation, you need to see the automation area of the Python. Okay. But to work on everything, you need to know the basics first. So how to write all these things, what are the options you have, where to write the code, all these things. Okay. Make sense, Mrs.?
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the very basic. We'll cover in this course, we'll cover very basics only so that you will have a fair idea. Then you can explore more on whichever area if you want. Okay, so now how to install the Python? Python installation is very easy. Okay, so you just I'll go to the Anaconda. If there are multiple versions of the Python you have. Okay, so you can write Python download here. Python programming languages here. Python download here. Go here, download Python, and whatever the latest version you have, just download it. It can be done for the Mac OS and others also. Just download. Very simple installation it will be, and very less file also. Okay. Once you've done it, the installation will be completed. Now after that, you need some like kind of IDE. IDE in the sense some kind of graphical user interface where you need to write your code. Hmm. So there are multiple IDEs are available. Okay. So industry use so many IDE tools. So one tool I can say is called PyCharm, but we will not use that PyCharm. Okay. This is one tool we can download. You can install it if you want. This tool also somebody in company they used it. Okay. And some company they used even the visual environment, right? Visual Studio Code. There is an environment source code editor, Visual Studio Code. This is from the Microsoft Visual Studio Code. That also can be used to write your Python code. Okay. Or if you don't want to involve all these things, just open up the Anaconda. Go to the Anaconda Python distribution here. Okay. Go to the download here. Simple. And download it. Simple. Okay. Once you download all these things, okay, in your system, there will be one Anaconda will be available here, just like this one, Anaconda Navigator. Okay, just open this and don't close this. There is an underlying server is running here in this case. Okay, it will take some time to open it up. Okay, so once this is done, we have so many tools are available on this Anaconda Navigator actually. Okay, so that I was talking about the PyCharm, no? PyCharm also is there uh, to work with the Python. Okay, but here we will use one best tool is called the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, it is just like a notebook and is very helpful actually. Okay, so once you get into the Anaconda Navigator, you can just launch the Jupyter notebook. It will be there inside. No need to install anything. Okay. So if you click on the launch of the Jupyter notebook, it will open in a web space only. So it will open up, and this is your Jupyter notebook looks like, and it will just uh, give you some folder structure and everything. Okay, and you can create your new folder here, and we can store your data. Suppose you want to store in a link to the root folder. Suppose on your documents, on your go to your document folder, or you created something like PyCharm projects or any such of things, or click on the on drive on your system where you want to save your file. Okay, that also you can create. All right. So suppose you created a desktop and you create some Python folder over here. Okay, so that also you can do it. Let's do that. So let me go to my desktop. Okay, and let me create a folder here. So I given the name as Python learn. Created here this one. Okay, now I will go to here, go back, desktop, click on the Python learning, this folder, okay, which I created. On top of this, I will store my all the files, whichever I will start working on that. Okay. So how I will create a Python file here? After the going to the folder, you can click on the new on this option, and there will be a Python 3. There are different others also available, but we want to go with the Python 3 file. So it will be create a Python 3 file or Python file, I can say. Click on the Python. So automatically one Python file will be opened up. And this is called your Jupyter notebook. Okay, where I'll show you what is this all about. But this is what overall the Python where you can type your code. Make sense? Now here there is an untitled list there, right? Just double click on that and you can put a notebook name. Suppose today. So I say introduction to Python. Okay, and you can put a date as well. Suppose let's take 15/3/2000. This is first our reference. Okay, and just rename this file. Okay, now if you go to here this file, automatically one file will be automatically created. See, this is the introduction file. This is the Python file. Making sense? Any questions up to now?
Oh, it's clear.
Alright. So now this is your the Python environment or where you can write your code. Here, few things. These are the menus. Nothing there big much and on that one like the files, the edit menu, all these things we'll see one by one. I don't want to go deep like one by one here. What are the options I have? The most important thing is this, the sale. Okay, there are three kinds of sales available here. Okay, I can say if I'm not putting my cursor here, just see this. Okay, this option. This is called the edit mode. The cell is at edit mode, so it means that I can write anything. This is called the edit mode. Okay, and if I move out from this code, this is called the read mode. The blue color, green color. Okay, so when you are clicking on something, then this is activated. Okay, so let's take you want to write something. I say 10 plus 10, something like that. Just to 10 plus 10, not 0, 10 plus 10. Simple. Okay, I want to execute. To execute it, we have an option to run here directly, or I can put shift enter. So the output will be coming as 20 here. Right. So the first cell is got done, and it will create a second cell. So where you can write your code. Hmm? Any questions as of now? I'm going slow, but tell
No,
me anything you have. Okay, we are good.
I am good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now and just one more thing. This what do you call the Python or the Jupyter notebook which you are working on, it will be auto save in 2 minutes. So if you are not saving that, automatically it will save it. But always save the file. Just click on the save. Just once in a while, just do it, because sometimes if the file is got hanged or something, you will lose your data. Okay. Now, suppose this is my another code, the window came up, right? Suppose you want to create another window, another what do you call it, another code cells you want to insert it, something like that. So we have an option in insert cell above, insert cell below. Okay, and shortcut is A and B. Okay. So suppose you created a A here, not like this. You need to unselect A. So what will happen on top of that? One more cell will be created. Suppose you want to say B, the down one more cell will be got created. Okay, so whichever one. And if you want to delete it, just select it and delete it. I think delete D. Okay, if you want to delete the code cells, you can just select D or A and B. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is called the code cell on edit mode and the read only mode. If you click on that, you can write something that is called the edit mode. If you're not selecting this one, okay. But another code type of cell is there, which is very interesting in this case is that is called the markdown cells. Let me put that. Okay. It is called your markdown cells. One is called edit mode and read only mode. You understand? What is the markdown code? Is something like we want to put some headings before writing something. You want to put some headings on top of that. Then you can write your code. Okay. So for that, what I need to do is if you select this, there are, you see, there is another option called the markdown code. This is the code cell and you can change it to the markdown cells. This is one way to do it, or I can unselect it and I will press M. Okay. M, just M. Okay, now this becomes a markdown cell. If you just change it, right? Have you observed this? I don't know. Let me change it to code again. Now this is on the code and this is on the read only mode. I press M. So automatically it changes to markdown. Remember, you're seeing this changes.
Okay.
Mm.
So now if you changes to a markdown, this is not for writing the code. Okay, it is just to create the heading of your Python files. Okay, so there are some ways to do it. Okay, so here we can impose some. So let's take. So I will put hash first. I will put a hash here. So that is to create the heading of the report. Okay, so I will say introduction to Python, something like that. Okay, enter. If I put double hash, little bit slower in the size, automatically it will come. Okay, this is the first file or the first learning day, something like that, first day of learning. So this is just to create them headings. Okay, and if you remove it, it will just create like a heading to you, and top of that this is just like a heading. We're just keeping a heading, then on the below we'll start our typing the code. Okay, so what will happen? When you open this file, you will get a heading on top of that. Okay, you can summarize your things like, okay, this file is all about this, and all. And below there will be some codes will be available. Okay, this will be helpful to you. Making sense? This is
I mean,
any
like to
questions?
enter the code, again, we need to go to code window, right?
Correct, absolutely. When you are trying to write the code, you need to go to the code. When you are trying to create the headings of the Python code, you need to go to the Markdown. Okay. Now
Okay.
this is the way. So, and if you put single hash, then the font style will be little bit bigger. When you put a double hash, this is called little bit slower. That is called the subheadings. I can say this is heading, this is subheadings. Okay, make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now
Here,
enter it.
like,
Suppose you want to go ahead.
yeah, I have one question. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
directly we are entering the logic, right? We don't we have any like kind of I mean like variable storing or something like that.
Listen, somebody. Suppose tomorrow somebody has given you one file, the same kind of file. This file. You open it up. There are n number of thousands of codes are written. How you will know that that file is about what? You will know immediately. Able to know? No, right? So that's a best practice to put it the headings, the
Yeah,
details
headings.
about that.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, like to give clarity. I mean, what we did and all.
Hmm.
But I mean, logic-wise, I'm talking in the code part.
Hmm.
I mean, like code window. We are just
Hmm.
entering like 10 plus 10, right?
Hmm.
So, I mean, is there any like kind of other languages we have some logic? I mean, while writing logic, we need this.
Everything. Listen, I just started up. I just given an
Okay.
example 10 plus 10. I have not yet started anything. Right?
Okay.
What exactly? Everything is there.
Okay.
Yeah. So now suppose on this headings, right? Suppose you want to create some like a bullets like 1, 2, 3, 4 points or the star you want to put it, right? So you can do like that also. Okay. Suppose let's take this is the star. I can put some values here. Okay. So let's take Python variables used, something like that. Okay. So this is just making a list. Python variables. Second, let's say that I can put on star. Let's say the data types. Right. What are the options I have? Data types. Okay. These are the things. Hence, you can do with the numbers as well. You can put one and you can write. Okay. So something like ABC. I'm just putting it. If you want to XYZ here. So if you want to do kind of listing of your headings, you can put the star or 1, 2, 3, something like that. You can put the bullets and numbers, okay, on the headings. Make sense? Second, few things. Next, suppose I want to write something. So let's take. So let me introduce to something like that. I'm saying introduce to Python data types. Okay, and out of this, suppose this Python data types, this part, or to introduce this part, I want to make it as a bold. Okay, so what do we need to do in case of the Markdown cells? Before to this, we need to put 2 star here, 2 star, and end with the 2 stars. Then it will make this as a your bold. Okay, and if you say if you want to say italic, you need to put only star, so that will make as a italic. Okay. And suppose you want to make it as a bold and italic both, then you need to put 3 stars. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and with 1, 2, 3. So this is just like this is bold italic, this is italic, this is only the bold. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
and this is always a best practice to do it whenever you start your Python code. Okay, introduce yourself. What exactly you want to do in this file? Okay, or after finishing up also everything exercise, you can do it. This is very important to. This is for everybody. Suppose you given this file to anybody, so he can understand by seeing this only. Okay, these are the things are being used, or the basic summarization. Just put it here first in the Markdown, then write your code. That is a better approach to do that. Okay, because you sometimes you also forget what you've written, so note it down there. Okay, so another one, I think, let's see, not like this, sorry. uh, so here suppose I want to say this is to understand Python fundamentals. Okay. So out of that, suppose you want to like highlight something out of this instead of this. I think so. If I'm not wrong, I did it very wrong. Let me put this figure. I think. Yeah, this is the highlight one. So you need to put one, this one, that tiled symbol, on your keyboard. Before to the one, there is a tiled symbol. Is there?
Till
This is the
operator.
Yeah.
tiled,
Yes.
tilde operator.
Mm.
Under that, there is an operator called. What is that? I think I don't know what is this name of this. This one. Instead of without space, I'm saying
Mm. Mm-hmm.
this one.
Okay.
You need to use that. Okay. I don't know the name of this symbol. Do you know this one? What is tilde? Just below the tilde, there is another symbol. Is there? You know what is that? I don't.
No, no,
Okay. If you don't know, leave it. It's not required.
No, sir.
Know that.
no,
Huh? Okay. But
no.
that you need to use it. That you need to use it for your highlights. And when you stop it here, suppose you want to this one only you want to highlight. Just you want to in bracket between these two, so that this will be highlighted. Okay. Instead of this one. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you want to, these are the basic things we can do it. If you want more to learn on this one, go to the Google and put it the Markdown cell in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, just search for that, and there is a very so many articles will be there. Okay, so just go any of this. There will be all the how to create color notebooks, how to click the indented block, bullets, everything will be available for you. How to headings, I just show now. One has two, has three, has four, has heading one, heading two, heading three, heading four. Okay, so it depends. Like just go there. You can use even the HTML code also in the mark code. Okay, so to color the schemes also. Do check it out. This one. But these are whatever I told. These are the basics. Is enough to do your customization. Okay, and if you want more, please do that. Make sense? Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is the one. And in another one is that in let's take. Okay. So now let's start with few things. On this is the first one. Okay, we've done it. Now let's discuss about few data types in Python. What is meant by data type? Let's discuss. Okay. So Python data types. What is data type? Can somebody tell me? What do you mean by data type?
What, like it's
Kind of data
integer
which
or
it stores.
what kind of, yeah.
What kind of data? Correct. What kind of data it is storing? Okay. So there are actually 7 different types of data types available in Python. Okay. So the first is called your number. This is the categorization I'm doing it. Second is called the text. Third is called the boolean.
Mm.
Okay. Fourth is called the none. Fifth is your called the sequence. Sixth is called the mapping. And 7 is called the set. So almost everything, number, text, boolean, all these things are common to everybody. Okay. But there are some data types, almost this 5, 6, and 7. This is more specific to the Python. Okay. So in the number, let's discuss about the number. In the number, I have integer.
Float.
Integer means correct. There will be a float, and third will be there will be the complex number. Okay, complex. The complex will be used more in the data science area. We will never use the complex. Okay, and text is text only. like normal text only. I don't have anything. Boolean is like a true false. We know that. Okay. None is none only. N-O-N-E, none, none only. Okay. The most important thing part is the sequence. Okay. In the sequence, there are three parts. Actually. Okay. I think say yeah, three parts. So first part is the data type is called the list, which this part we will discuss more. Okay. Slowly, not now. And another is called the tuple, and another is called your range. How to declare a list? So just like a in a square bracket, you need to declare something. And the sequence data type can be combination of any kind of data. It can be combination of integer and text. So for in the list, I can create a I can create anything. Okay. We'll not discuss right now. Let's first of all understand this. And when to declare the tuple, when you say you need to put it in a round bracket. Okay. And the range is something like it is just like in case of the loops and all, I need to use it. Something like let's take I will start with 1 till I want to go to 10 and I want to increment by 2. Something like that. This is called a range. We'll discuss, don't worry. This is called your sequence data type, the list, the tuple, and the range. Okay. And in the mapping I have a one data type is called the dictionary. Okay. The dictionary is something like your name value pair. Name value pair, you understand? Like something like this. So in a kind of this, but you need to put it. So let's take, I'll say name, then column, I will say my name, something like that. Okay. So then I need to another comma, I need to put address, then into something like this. So this is called your yes as a dictionary. Okay. This is a name value pair. Name, my name, address. So like this kind of things. Okay. Makes sense. This is okay. Now let's go to the set. Set is there are two sets of sets are available. One is set itself only, the name itself is sets, and second one is called the frozen set. So we will discuss all things in details, but these are the data types which are available. And sets always declare curly braces. So we have a square bracket, round bracket, and the curly braces. So it depends which one you want to use. And when you go with the dictionary, then it will be a square bracket, but inside that it will be each value will be separated by the column. Sorry, column. So each bracket have a special meaning in Python. Okay. Now let's see in action few things I just want to discuss the integer, float, and everything. Let's go to the this one. And suppose here, and one more thing is very good thing in Python that when you are declaring a variable, we no need to specify the data type of that column. So what does it mean? In some programming language, if you want to store a variable, suppose a or a b, I want to store 10 inside that. So before to that, I want to specify that it is be integer, it is a float, or it is what. Okay, so that is not applicable in Python. Okay, Python is very smart that based on the value which you are keeping there, based on that the data type will be decided there. So what does it mean? Suppose I say I equals to 10. So automatically this I is 10 only. So the I is integer only in this case. Or in case say suppose if I put I as 3.14, then automatically I is a float. So what the values we are keeping it here, based on that only it will decide that what kind of data it is all about. Okay, let's see. So I equals to 10. Okay, now how you can say that? Okay, see, this I is integer. We need to prove it, right? Like If I say that, you should not like think that is correct only. So let's how to get it that I is a integer or not. First of all, I will show you that I want to print the I value. First of all, I goes to 10. I want to print that. So for that, just put an enter. I can put print function. Okay, there is a print function to print the value whatever you want to have. So print I. That's it. Now if you put shift enter, it will print the value for the I. Okay. So now suppose this is the print is just printing the value of the I. So suppose you want I is of which data type? Integer, float, or what? Let's see. For that, what I need to do here in this case is that inside the print, I will use another function that is called a type function. Type of I. So what will happen? Type is it will use to give the which type of data I store. Now if I enter this now, it will give you it is integer. See, I have not specified, but automatically it is integer. Okay, so suppose I say j equals to 3.145. Okay, now I want to just print the type of this print.
It will be
Let's
float.
check the type. It will be float automatically. Okay, it will be float. See, so that is the beauty of the Python is that whenever you no need to specify anything, just need to put the variable and you need to do it like this. Okay,
Hmm.
makes sense. Okay, now suppose what I have is that suppose I have a kind of this. Let's say what just try to understand this. Okay, I'm saying C equals to in a single quote 1 2 3. Now if I put the type of C, what should I get it?
It's a text or a string.
Okay,
If
it's a
it is
string.
in double quote,
Single quote, double quote, don't judge it. I'll explain you when I'll discuss about the string. Right now, go with the single quote. We can do double quote also. We can do triple quote also. We'll discuss that. Right now, go with the single quote only. So I will say type C. I should get this as a string. Alright. Now
hmm,
suppose this contain a digit 1 2 3. I want to convert this into the integer. Can we do that? Yes, we can do that. So the C, I want to convert it into an integer. So what I will do in this case? So I will take another variable, or let's say D equals to int of C. So
hmm.
we are converting int of C, means the whatever C I have the value that I am converting into an integer with int keyword. Then I'm storing this as a in D. Okay. Now if I print the type of D here, then I should get integer, right? Yes, bracket integer. So now this conversion
Hmm.
makes sense. This is
Yes, sir.
okay. Now what do you think? Just go to here. So I told that we can have a list with a square bracket and all, right? So same thing. I just want to do like this. So let's take int. Instead of doing like this, I will say inside the square bracket, I will say int 1, comma 2, comma 3, or like this. If I enter it or run it, what do you think? It will convert it into a integer. In this case, it's gotten converted. When there was it is just a 1 2 3 in a string. When you convert it into, it will just convert it in integer. But right now, I'm giving this int with a square bracket of 1, comma 2, comma 3. Is it possible? What do you think? Just guess it. I know you don't know, but just to guess it. Do you think it
It's
will be converted?
No, it will show
it,
error.
What error?
it's a list. It's a list or
It's not. It's a list. But here the problem is, it is you are providing multiple values here. 1, 2, 3. How it can convert to the integers, right? If you're giving a single value, then there is a chance of creating or converting into an integer. But when you're giving a multiple values of list or multiple values of tuples, all these things, then it is not possible, right?
Mhm.
Make sense? This is
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Print me first.
Now let's discuss about few things about your the variables. We will discuss about so many things on the. I'm not touching this one because the list and tuple range and mapping dictionary set, because this is a very important topic for the Python, and there will be a separate session for this. And these are very common. I don't want to discuss because number, text, you know that how to use that. Everywhere you are using this. Okay. So now let's discuss about few things on the variable. Let's see. So let's say I have a variable called price equals to 500. Okay. And I will print the price. And if I enter it, it will give me the 500. Alright. Now if I print, in this case only, the price plus 5, it will work? What do you think?
Yes, it will work.
Yeah.
It will work. So it will give you the 505. Okay. This is fine. Okay. Now what happen is, now price equals to 5. Now I am saying price equals to 450. Now I'm printing this. Print price now. Again. What do you think? What will come?
450.
450.
450. It's not 505, right?
No.
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 Alright, this is 450. So it is just a variable replacement is going on. So first of all, price equals to 500 in the memory. Then when you do the price plus 5, the 500 got replaced with 505. And when you replace price equal to 450, whatever was there in the memory as 505, that got replaced with 450. So this is called the variable replacement. Okay. So in this case, we are losing some data, right? So original price, we are losing somehow if you renaming something. So how we can store? Suppose you want to store this price. This is the original price. Then after that, suppose you want to increment, decrement, or you want to do anything. Then how you can store the original price? I want to store the original price is 500. How can I do this?
We
Just
can
think
make
once.
separate variable.
Hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead. So
Standard price is
so
equal to
let's say
500.
this is my original one, but I don't want to lose this. I can do some manipulation on the price, but the original price should be 500. How I can keep it this information always.
Like we need to
Um,
declare that price as a 500.
then suppose I will do price plus 5, it will replace, right? But I
Use a
want
new
that price.
variable.
Use another variable in this case. Yeah, correct. So I say original price, something like that,
Mhm.
equals to price. Just store that first of all. Now if you do print price plus 5, hit enter, you will get the 505, but you stored already the print original price. If you just enter it, what happened?
Mhm.
Okay, see case sensitivity. Okay. So this is the 500. So in this case only, you are just storing this one. So whenever you want to store any variable with their file, then you just do it. Okay, this is clear. Any questions?
Oh, no, sir.
Good.
Good, sir.
Okay. This is called the overwrite of the variables, right? And one more thing. Suppose I have, let's take the price equals to, I'm just replacing now 5450, and suppose that text equals to, let's take 200. Text equals to 200. Now in the print, if I use the price, and if you enter it, it will give the 450. But in the same print, I want to print both the things, the price and text both. What do you
Price
think? How to write?
price plus tax.
I don't want to do the price plus text. I want to print both the values, same value. I don't want to plus.
Like 450 and 200. You want to print in
Correct.
that way?
Right. Yeah. Correct.
Can we give two variables in print statement with a
How to
comma?
keep? How what with a comma? Correct. So
Yeah,
price, comma,
price with
text.
tax.
That's it. That's it. So whenever you have a multiple variables, you need to do like this. Print price, comma, text, shift enter. It will give you 5450 and 200. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, then suppose I have already a price. What's the price value I have right now? Shift enter. 450. If I use delete,
Mm,
then I have to use the price. Okay. Now shift enter. Now if I want to print, my price
yes.
is gone. The price is
Mm.
deleted. Okay. That variable we have deallocated. Okay. This is called the del keyword. DEL. Done. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Any questions? Any questions up to here? All right.
No.
So is there any
Oh,
relation with this row number and this the coding thing? Like
this
if
is this is the code cells. This is second code cell, third code cell, fourth, 6, 7, 8, 9. The
if
numbers.
we if we delete any of between the cell, the
No,
number
it will
got
just change.
changed.
Correct. It will change. It
And
will change.
then
Just delete it. It will change
okay,
it.
yeah.
Now, one more thing. Suppose you have declared some variables. Let's declare something just to see that. So let's take price equals to 345, tax equals to 200. Then suppose GST equals to, let's take 3.14. Sorry, GST equals to 3414. Suppose sales is equals to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we can print in all this thing. Let's hit enter. So just imagine that in your file, you declare so many variables. This is just an example I'm doing it. Suppose in a real-time program, you declare so many variables and you get confused at which variable use for what, or what are the variables I have in this file, the list of variables. So there is two magic commands available that is only applicable to Jupyter notebooks. It will not work for others. Okay. So there is two commands I can use, that is called the who and whose, percentage whose. Okay, so I can use this one. Let's see. I created four variables. No, I will say percentage who. If we enter it and shift enter, run it will give you these are the variables. So we have tax, CD, GST, IJ, original price, price, sale, tax, everything we created. So this is just a list of variables which is available on the current file. It will give you. Okay, this is just a list of variable, but if you use percentage whose like this S and shift enter, it will give you the all the information about the variable, what kind of type it is, everything you will get it in this information. Okay,
mm,
making sense? This is
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
and this is I'm saying very frankly, this is only applicable to the Jupyter notebook only. It will not work for others. Okay.
The remaining data types and variables are common for all the editors, right? For the Python programming.
Which one? Sorry, come again. What is it?
The data types and variables, the series list, everything you mentioned, right? I mean, like sequence, mapping.
Not. No, this is only for Python only.
Yeah, Python.
Sequence mapping.
Whatever editor we can use, but by using this
Ha,
only we can.
ha,
Yeah.
ha. Correct, correct. That's correct. Only this command I'm talking about. This is more
Okay.
into the Jupyter notebook only. Who's and who. I don't know whether anything you have in the PyCharm on this one, but this is there in this case. Okay. Now
Usually
let's.
we'll use the Jupyter. I mean, mainly the Jupyter is used with the Python programming.
It's not like that. Anything they can be used. They could visual editor also
based
they
on
can
the
use it
based on
based on the
the.
company.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now suppose very simple program. You know that. Suppose I want to declare one price and text. Then I want to sum the price plus text, and I want to print the total. How I'll do it? Very basic, very basic. Just to introduce, just to put your hand on the Python code. That's it. How I'll do it? Tell me.
So
Sum is
Sorry,
equal to
what is
price
that?
plus
price
tax.
plus
Sorry, come on. Tell me. Price.
Sum is equal to price plus tax.
print.
But I need to give some value on that, right? What will
Okay.
be the price value?
Yeah.
Then text equals to, let's take 120. Then
Text
I want to
equals to
plus
20.
this one.
Print price plus tax in the bracket.
Like this.
Hmm.
So it is 650. Or you can use
6.
another variable also. Total equals to price
Hmm.
plus text. And finally print the total. Either way. And just think, okay, Python is very case sensitive. We can't put print like this, capital P. If you put left, it will get through an error. Okay,
But
through an
why
error.
the total came wrong?
Which one? Because the print, I intentionally gave it. The print as capital P. So when we
No,
are printing the value, it will be given the print out. Okay. Total also needs to be case sensitive. So you have declared the total variable in a small case. You need to give it in a small case one. If you are giving multiple cases, in this case I have given two wrongs. One is print first P is in capital, even the total variable also I given the T as capital.
uh,
That's wrong.
uh, okay, but why like 650? It's like only 570, right? Price plus tax.
Uh,
Why?
it took that tax value previously we have declared.
Correct.
Tax
Okay.
is equal
That's
to
correct.
200.
That's what I want. Thanks, Bali, is asking this answer this question. I was about to ask this question. Why it is 650?
Mm.
Because previously you have a text declared that is 200. So that is 200 it is taking. Why?
But yeah, now also you declare 120. Why
Actually, it's not
this one?
tax
Now
equals
it
to.
is not declared, it is tax minus 120. It is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. Hmm.
So this time we have done text equals to 120, but we are saying price plus text. So it is taking the previous one in this case. Okay.
Actually, it's not tax equal. It says tax minus 120 as well is saying. Right. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I done it wrong. Sorry. Just give me a second, guys.
Can you redo it again so that
We can execute that 23 code, so it will give the correct result again.
Yeah. Sorry. What? What? Sorry. I was on mute. What is that?
Can
running
you
it.
execute the 23 one? Mm.
Fine. I'm executing that only. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should stop it here today. Tomorrow we'll continue with other stuffs. Okay. So just install this. I think I don't know whether we have guys have installed everything previously.
No,
Just
sir.
install it. Uh, just do the anaconda distribution. This one. Install it onto your system and just follow this process. Like create a folder and start working on that. Okay.
Sir, I
So
just want to
simplest.
see the 23rd one. Can you re-execute that one?
23rd.
Yeah, that's sorry,
Ah.
26, 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
23rd.
It is.
Okay.
It is executed
Tell me.
again, and it is now number 26.
Okay.
No, I'm not getting what 27. Now the text is 200. Correct.
No,
Now
no,
the text is 200.
the
No, I'm
26. Number
Now
26.
what exactly you want to do? I'm not getting it.
Actually, she got confused with that problem value with the tax 120 and 200. So she wants
Oh,
to
okay.
be clear with that code. Now it is number
Okay.
26.
So no,
It
what
is in
happened
26.
is the first glance the text was 200, and here I did a mistake actually. I didn't put equals, so I put a minus. So it was taking the previous value as 200. It's just summing up that time. Now, if I put the text equals to 120, in this case it is 200, but again you declared, I showed you now, the variable will be override. So now it is with text equals to 120. So it will be sum of that
Yeah,
one.
now
It will
it
give
got.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Sir. Now it got. Mm.
Okay. I think we are good.
I have a question, Samit. Like,
Good.
in what way we will be using Python with this data analytics? Because you told for data analytics we must be aware of the pandas and NumPy packages and
Correct.
all.
Correct.
So
Correct.
we will be learning those things in this course.
No, I don't think so because NumPy pandas are very different. So first of all, well, I say just go with the fundamentals here, like the very basic things. Then you can learn the pandas. Because pandas is not that simple. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not that simple. So it's a simple package only. So and that is like let's take whatever you are doing on the Power Query transformations, right? So
Mm-hmm.
changing the headings, all these things, you
Mm-hmm.
can do through the Python also, through the pandas.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
So in
Because
Python,
if I start the pandas will only take 1.5 months to complete it.
oh,
So
Oh.
that's that big. Yes, yes. These are the very important library of Python. The pandas, numpys, matplotlib, all these things. Okay. And what I'll suggest is that go with the fundamentals, everything, and I will put one project for you. This in this case, like how to read the Excel file in the Python. I want to do some customization. I want to print it. So one project I will do in your course itself. But after that, I will suggest that uh, like concrete your fundamentals and start. I will give some notes and everything on the pandas. If you are more interested, just do it your own and just come back to me if you have any doubt or you want to discuss it. It's not like once class is finished, I'm not there. I am open. Okay, you can ping me in WhatsApp. You can join any platform if you want. You can to discuss in the pandas and numpys. I'm open to that. Okay, make sense?
it's okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
is
sir.
okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.